Alright, welcome back to another episode of Baldur's Gate 3. We're coming back right where we left off from last episode. And today we're, of course, going to focus on resolving everything in the Emerald Grove. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and do Karlach's story here. And just go ahead and get this out of the way as well. I want today to mostly focus on dialogue and sort of just cool stuff you can find in the Grove is what I'm going to mostly be focusing on today. We'll have a little bit of combat here and there, of course, because before we go back to the Grove, I want to do something. I want to go grab an item for Karlach. Okay, that's rude. But most of today is going to be dialogue. And so if you're not really interested in seeing the dialogue, today's episode might not be for you, but I'm hoping I can at least make it interesting by just showing you around the Grove, showing you what's interesting. Now, if we were playing on actual honor mode, I would probably try to kill this person first, just because she is extremely dangerous. She's probably the most dangerous of the whole
Keep that
group.
beast away from us, you
Um,
hear? Me, the beast.
it really
Now
depends.
that's fucking rich.
It really depends because the guy in the other room, the paladin, he can one-shot you on honor mode. But if she gets a hold person off, then that character is basically dead no matter what. So I almost always try to remove her first, but we're gonna play this very, very casually. If we can just get everybody up here. Then after this, I think we might take a long rest. We'll see. I do need to respec some characters, of course.
In control. Just.
No. Let's go ahead. Sneak on in here.
Carefully now.
Gotta make sure we do this properly.
Nothing we need to worry about.
How about a dragon? Would that worry you?
I'd give it a
Get
bloody good
there.
fight, that's for sure.
Let's go.
Make sure everybody's in here and we're just out of sight and out of mind. What the fuck, game? I don't know how I don't know. What the fuck? What was supposed to be there? We'll just move all this around. There. Okay. Lock. Leave him there.
Go for a good meal.
Get Karlach in here. Come on.
I'm too tall
There we go.
for
There we go.
this.
Okay, Karlach right in here. And then
Staying out of sight.
get my Zon here. Go ahead and spawn this. Don't know if we can. We can't, because we're not in line of sight. We're fine. Okay, now they're not exactly where I want them to be. Nope, not what I meant to click. Oh, I know what I got rid of. I'm supposed to have. Where is my? I'm supposed to have the minor illusion ability, right? Right? I took. No, I mean evocation was. Oh, that was in a different campaign. That's my bad. I'm playing an evocation Gale. But I know for a fact Lae'zel has minor illusion. Yeah. Just sneak up carefully.
Please,
Ah,
no more. Leave us in peace.
Cut
So-
the crap,
okay.
Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home. This
We're gonna-
really isn't my forte.
we're gonna do something I normally don't do because They spotted Karlak doing that. I didn't realize she would be in vision range there. There we go. They just... Okay, she walked out because she's not in dialogue. Okay. Let's, you can drop the
Zarya?
act.
Certainly not. We serve Tyr, Lord of Justice, and no other. Please, mercy. Half of us are badly injured, the other half dead. I admit, we ambushed you. An assignment from our gods, Tyr. We thought you a devil, and with your flames you proved us right. But Tyr will not consign us to our death. He is merciful. Leave us, and we'll leave you.
Enough of this charade. I know who you really are.
Enough. Enough. I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlak, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
Oh.
What do we have here?
Yeah. Arrow of lightning on conjured crab. Oh, they actually save. Crazy. Okay. Well, apparently I haven't been detected, so we're gonna do this properly now. It's a bit weird that I wasn't detected, truthfully. What I'm gonna do... I've got my crossbow out. I kind of want to maybe try to get this drop poison off. And it'll be next turn. That's kind of the hope. I can double up on the Cloud of Daggers here.
Outflank, outsmart.
Just get out of there.
Where do I go from
Speaking of
here?
getting out of there, I'll actually
Breathe deep and move.
run this way as well.
I speak, they burn.
Close ranks.
Now, I forgot to mention, in between videos, in between episodes, I leveled up Karlak. I got her to 3rd level, and I decided to go with Wild Magic Barbarian. And that's purely because I almost never use Wild Magic Barbarian. I always use Berserker or Wildheart. Oh, I didn't even notice Lae'zel hadn't been spawned. I always use one of those two. And because I'm always using Berserker or Wildheart and never using Wild Magic, I thought it could be interesting to use Wild Magic for this playthrough. I'm not entirely certain how much I'm going to be playing with Karlak, but we'll see. We'll see. That's not great. I didn't realize it would push him all the way out, but we might just go ahead and action surge on this one. Half is it? You're joking. That's such a joke. There we go. Nice. And then I know Trin will die pretty soon. That's a lot of daggers.
Bye forever, pal.
I'm gonna go ahead and dash. I'm gonna go down this ladder and then rage away from my teammates, of course. Let's hit the Wild Magic Rage, see what effect we get. Wild Magic Barbarian, every time you rage, you get a random effect. You get a random Wild Magic effect. Wild Magic Dark Tendrils. Okay. Shadowy tendrils lash around you, sucking the life from all nearby creatures. In cutting words, target receives a penalty to attack, ability, or damage, but you won't. Okay. Oh, Trin has to die very soon. There we go. Andrews walked right into it. Lucky hold person. That's okay. Not within 5 meters, so it won't crit. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on with the AI today, but that's pretty funny. Now, Normally, see, this hold person, because it specifically paralyzes, is very, very bad. Um, and can be a run ender right then and there. Because having
Path be true.
being paralyzed makes it to where whenever an enemy hits you within, I believe it's, I want to say 7 feet, or I'm not sure the meters exactly, but I believe 7 feet. Um, it's an automatic critical hit if it's an attack roll, which is just crazy and very, very dangerous. We are gonna go ahead and cancel both of our Cloud of Daggers, just because we
I wonder
don't
if this is worth the cost.
really need them anymore.
I'm
They
coming
were
for
really
you.
just to quickly. Oh, okay. I've never heard that one before. Let's try to get this brow poison off. That's the perfect situation right there. Um, with drow poison, I'm not sure what the DC is on this. I want to say DC 12. I'm not going to look it up. That's just off the top of my head. I believe it's DC 12 or 13. It's in that range. Low tens. They have to make that Constitution save, or they or they fall asleep, which is nice. That's really good because it just gives you advantage on hitting them.
Tale for the ages.
Gale, you can chill for this one. I think
It's go time.
not enough movement. We should be able to just jump next to her and then get this attack in. And this should kill her. Yeah. Oh, and a crit. That's huge. Yeah, that was a. Oh,
Fuck them. Fuck Thariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
Zariel won't get near you again. We'll make sure of that.
That's right, she won't. She can't. She couldn't even lay a finger.
Oh, okay, Carla. Thank you. I'll just let her burn everything down. It's okay. It's all right. She can do what she wants, and we'll talk about Oh, I forgot what I was talking about before. Damn, I was talking about something that I can't seem to remember. Oh man, when I watch this back while I'm editing, I'm gonna be kicking myself the whole time because I just can't seem to remember what it was. Garlic, you broke the ladder. We're about to rest after this, anyways. I'll just jump down and take the damage. She done yet? Oh my god. She's going crazy. Me. Just loot everything while I'm at it. Okay, Karlak. Let's chill now. 3 of those. Let's let her finish up. Okay.
That ought to do it. Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
Like, you should have melted a long time ago. How can you stand it?
Honey, I could go all night. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close, till I've found a way to calm it down.
You have a mechanic for your heart?
Wild, right? And believe it or not, I'm one of Zariel's least mutilated pets. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later.
Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
There's some tieflings holed up in a druid's grove nearby. We might look there.
Sounds like a good lead. Hopefully our guy will be among them. A tune-up would do this old tub a world of good.
All right. I, for the life of me, cannot remember what I was going to say. I'm gonna look back on that, and I'm gonna be upset that I forgot. I know it. I just know it. Oh well, it happens. In any case, we're gonna go ahead and just move on and loot the rest. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what that's about. Isn't that a supply pack? It is. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and move on to loot the rest of this place. Start by heading down
That
here.
corpse is riper than a Manaurus bog.
Now, in truth, there is a key to this door. I'm not gonna bother. I mean, you guys wouldn't. You guys don't want to see what's inside a Toll House later. It's pretty boring. It just talks about groups of people coming through. I never bother going in getting the key. It's literally like not even that far from here. It's just right outside. I always just do this until the door breaks, though. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna split. It's just gonna be me and Lae'zel for sure. Let's get in there.
At least things have stayed interesting. Never wanted the easy part.
I'm not gonna do that. I actually do need Gale to come in. I just realized, but it won't matter too much. I'm gonna be the one who sits down, and I'll let Lae'zel.
There's a pressure
Now-
plate in the chair, but I'm missing something.
I've noticed most people
Spotted a trap.
I've seen
Move with
play this game, and
purpose.
I've played this game with, don't know this is here, but you can actually open up this right away. Now you can do it. Actually,
as I
do need
expected.
me to stand up. I realized. So
I can do
I'll
better. I must.
stand up first. I can just do this. You can just put 2 vases on there for anybody who plays without companions. I've seen a lot of people play solo. Now we need Gale in here because he's our guidance caster for now.
Let's go.
And if you've ever come down here and you're like, why are all these traps here, but there's nowhere for them to activate? That is because that pressure plate will activate all of the
Must
traps
lug
down
my
here.
guts through this
So-
hell.
You just gotta run up and disarm this, and this should be very easy. We didn't even need all those bonuses, okay. And with that, Lae'zel can run in
Enough waiting.
and
I
grab
crave blood.
all of the loot in here without any possibility for trouble. Great axe +1. Not bad. Some gold and potions. I believe that's a necklace up there. Take the plate, just because why not? And then the
That should do.
shields on the wall as well. And then these metallic gloves and helmets. Nice to go ahead and grab as well. Make sure you grab the Gloves of Heroism. Whenever you use a Channel Oath spell, you gain heroism. That's for any paladin players out there. It's not that amazing, but free temp HP is free temp HP. We'll go ahead and take this for later,
Repositioning.
and we can go ahead and almost get out of here. I actually want to go ahead and equip the shield on Lae'zel, and then we can go ahead and equip the helmet and the metal gloves, and then we can go ahead and hide the helmet because I don't really like how this helmet looks. A lot of the early game helmets, I don't like how they look, which is why I love this hide helmet feature, and I really dislike when this hide helmet feature just isn't there. It's very, very annoying. But with that out of the way, I believe we still have one short rest,
Feel
so we're
that
gonna
one
short
later.
rest. We're gonna go ahead and short rest here, and then we are going to go ahead and try to just... We're going to go ahead and get back to the grove by way of walking through the opposite direction we got to come in here. So we came here through the riverside. We're going to go ahead and go down
Is
the
this
bridge
your
path now.
first time on
Someone's
the
already
South Coast,
slain
Lae'zel?
these creatures. Yes. It's
Oh.
much more lively than the Githyanki slates led me to believe.
Just wait till you see Baldur's Gate. You'll never want to leave.
Okay. How sweet of them. Now, these gnolls are just up ahead. We will have to deal with the newborn gnolls first.
Something tore
this
right
isn't-
through these people.
That's not going to be too much of
They
a problem.
didn't stand a
I'll
chance.
lead with Karlak, just because I want Karlak to be in front. And then we'll have her talk to the gnome. Or hyena. Oh, I guess that didn't
Where
work.
to?
I'll have to walk. Hi. I wonder... Can you talk to the... Oh! I was going to try. It didn't work. Oh, it had to go first. It's gonna definitely make a run for it. Now, you have to be...
Path
What
lies
am I
before.
doing back here? You definitely have to be careful here, because this hyena, if it escapes, will bring actual gnolls this way. Okay. I had to use a... I used both of those things there, but that worked out. If that hyena escapes, it will bring actual gnolls down here, which just is not gonna be good. Not gonna be good at all. Seriously, Lae'zel?
Ready for another round?
It's just not gonna be. It's not impossible to beat those gnolls at a lower level than you're expected to. It's just very annoying and resource heavy, and I don't
Hyena will be
believe I
back.
have the
It
resources
won't be
for it.
alone.
That hyena is never coming back, actually, Gale. That hyena is dead, actually, so we will not have to worry about it in the future. Now, to anybody wondering, we aren't going to be doing... I was about to say Wayne and Priory. That's Oblivion. What's it called? The place where the Duke is. We aren't going to be doing that yet. We will be doing that in the future. That's a pretty good critical hit. I totally forget what the pinched condition does, because it's only on this crab. It takes 2 piercing damage at the beginning of each turn. That's kind of funny, actually. I'm not gonna do that. Let's just try to not... I'm going to lose my mind if I miss another attack. So this, okay. 6 damage. Okay, that's nowhere near enough to kill. And because I really don't want this thing to get back up. Okay.
Watch this.
You shouldn't really need that too much more today. Or ever, if I have things my way. Let's just try to remove this guy from the turn order. Alright, go get him, Crab. Show him who's boss. Never mind. You failed. Well, you tried at least, I'll give you that. Karlak. We should be fine. Is Burning Hands on long rest? Yeah. I
Victory awaits.
can't hit anything today, I guess. I guess today is just gonna be a bad day of fighting. I guess it's just not gonna work today. So maybe it is best that I don't do too much fighting, actually. Again, we shouldn't be doing any more fighting before our next long rest, so let's go ahead and... Yeah.
May the dice roll in my favor.
Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Okay. Well, it doesn't have a reaction at least, so let's get out of there. This fight is just pretty boring, honestly. And it would last a lot shorter if I would hit and deal damage.
In my
Oh,
best
that is the
interest.
truth. Okay. Thank you, Lae'zel.
Good.
I really appreciate it. Okay, I need an 11 to hit. I've needed an 11 this entire time, and I missed so many attacks. Oh man, I'm gonna drink a potion just in case I do end up getting into a fight. I just don't
We should
think
find the rest.
we should
Stop the
be.
infestation before it spreads.
We will do that eventually, Karlak. Ah, here's the other hand crossbow we need for our character. Perfect.
Intestines throb.
Now with that,
Blood
with
whispers.
2 hand crossbows. Didn't know there was a hand crossbow available here, truthfully. With this, whenever you attack with your hand crossbow, you can, of course, very easily do a ton of damage. With this, it's a 4 to 9 and then a 1 to 6 because you deal less damage on offhanded weapons. That is more than a 4 to 11. Right, that's I'm not doing the math. I want to say that's like a 5 to a 15 instead of a 4 to 11 possible damage in a turn, which just makes these crossbows very good for dexterity-based characters. So do keep that in mind if you are sort of min-maxing or you think it would fit your character. We're not going to do that fight right now. There is actually one thing. Oh, Karlak doesn't have Longstrider on her.
Excellent choice.
Who has Longstrider?
Enough waiting. I crave
Do
blood.
I have Longstrider, don't I? Yes, I do. Fine, I guess neither does the crab, actually. So I guess I'll give it to the crab as well. Okay. There's one thing I wanted to do here, and that was... I believe it's this character. That seems to be the case.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
What happened to you?
Gnolls. Tearing. Biting.
Did anyone survive the attack?
Rugen fled north.
Who is Rugen?
Lucky son of a
Where were you heading?
tavern. Hideout. Secret.
Ways his clothes are tattered and he's just ripped to shreds. Really shows you that gnolls are not to be messed with in the Forgotten Realms.
Wizard's shipment. Chest.
What was your cargo?
The
Alright.
spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Speak with Dead, a very useful spell that you should always be keeping an eye out where you can use it. After you use it once, it will also highlight all of the bodies you can use it on for the rest of the day. So that's very convenient. Now here, and this is why I picked up Disguise Self. There's something very cool I discovered you can do here. If I can just find where it would be. There we go. And now I am disguised as a female drow, or a more effeminate drow, I should say. And first of all, there is a.
What's that? I need a shovel to dig this up.
Oh, I never grabbed a shovel. Well, it's gonna stay closed off then. And then here, we probably will get. Oh, interesting. We didn't get it. Okay. We won't be doing what's in that barn yet, but you guys can hear those lovely sounds, of course. I need this dagger. I think I'll go for the
Beast fit for an
dexterity.
ogre. You notice a
here.
peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat.
Sleight of hand. And give me some guidance. Okay. As well, I think as long as I roll a 2 here, I should be fine. Perfect.
Your cautious method pays off. The dagger glides smoothly out of the mystery meat.
Perfect. That dagger's not... I mean, it's just a +1 dagger, but, you know. It's not bad. It is nice to have, I suppose. I'll just put it till I let her throw it at some point. All right. I'm just gonna let them mind their own business, of course.
Like a brisk stroll through the forest to invigorate the spirit.
Oh, it's the first one of
I was
these.
just thinking the same thing.
Probably won't be using the gloves of heroism, truthfully. And I think, yeah, we'll probably give him those.
Spare me a moment, if you please. I've something important to discuss with you. We've been traveling together for a while now, and it's just about time that I shared something with you. It's a rather personal matter that I'd have preferred to keep quiet, but needs must when the devil drives. I had no choice but to speak. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
Oh, Gale's a drug addict. Sorry to hear that. Oh, I kind of want to say too. You also feel disgusted by how life, miserable as it is, insists on persisting in this most wretched world.
No, nothing like that. Though if I fail to treat it, then the consequences would not be contained to me alone. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Your illness causes you to consume raw magic. Yeah, I'm gonna need the details.
I can say no more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It is time, and by that I mean it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture.
Where do you suggest we find the artifacts you need?
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
I expected as much. Don't worry, I'm happy to help.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. As luck would have it, you're already primed to give me exactly what I need.
Give Gale a magic artifact, and we're gonna go ahead. We could give him as well the Sword of Justice. I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to the Sword of Justice just in case it becomes very useful later. The Gloves of Heroism. Assuming we get Minthara and then use Minthara actively, the Gloves of Heroism still wouldn't really be good by Act 2. This just isn't super useful, but so we'll go ahead and donate that.
Thank you.
Give him that.
That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters.
The bugbear just snoring in the background really adds to the tension of this emotional scene. How do I know the real monster isn't you?
My words, my actions, my award-winning smile. Sincerely, though, I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told.
Condition of yours is a very expensive one.
I obtained it in Waterdeep. Nothing there comes cheap.
Turn my fan up slightly. It's getting pretty hot in here. Alright, let's just kill this sleeping bugbear real quick. I mean, even if he wakes up, he should be an easy. Just, you know, just in case. Worth a shot. We'll hit the... We'll hit the performing the power right next to him. Oh, okay, well that's rude. That's just uncalled for. Oh. Give me just a second, I gotta plug my computer in. Alright, there we go. Got that plugged in. Let's go and grab this. Now,
Everything is clear. much
time
further can I go?
things are moving a lot slower than I had hoped, mostly because that combat had just been very, very annoying. Let's go ahead and rescue the gnome.
What have we got here? Oh, stop this thing!
The goblin seems unsure whether to bow to you or attack.
What do you want? I mean, what do you need?
Leave immediately. This prisoner is mine now.
You want to take that little pipsqueak? But we're supposed to take him hostage! But you know that, of course. Don't ya? You are blessed, ain't ya? A true soul?
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
Well, we'll do deception. Naturally, do I look cursed to you? I think adding guidance here is a little redundant, but, you know, can never be too safe. You just gotta get it as high as you can. The bigger number, better person.
Madam, I didn't mean to doubt you. I know my place. Well, that's that. We'll be on our way. Do as you like with the pipsqueak.
The goblins slink backwards, afraid to take their eyes off you.
Well, we'll allow them to leave. I don't want to really ask him any questions.
Come on, you lot, hop it! Before she changes her mind. Nothing to eat.
All right then.
Fresh meats. Scared meats. Yes.
Normally I have Shadowheart for this, and so she gets upset and starts talking about this statue here, but not today. I don't have Shadowheart. A bit of a unique thing, that.
What's inside?
Go ahead and check out this chest for the speedy light feed. Whenever the wearer dashes, they get 3 lightning charges, and I believe we'll go ahead and be giving that to Lae'zel, probably, just because I think
Reaction.
it will most benefit her in the long run. Plus, she can put her toes away, so that's just generally pretty useful as well. Okay, let's move on.
So. Without delay.
I pulled the right one. Should be the left one. Yeah. I didn't stop and read, so if I pulled the wrong one, we were just gonna have a playthrough without Barcus for the rest of this one.
I've got a long road
Which would have been pretty funny, but not
The gods are watching
what I was going for.
Cut me loose!
What's free?
Magacabara. Those pustulant thugs. Well, get on with it.
Get on with what?
I'm a deep gnome, you're a drow. You helped me, now you plan to enslave me.
You only met Lilstrow, it seems.
What then?
I could extort you if that's what you want.
You're teasing me now. I'm certain of it. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on.
You're a little far from home for a deep gnome.
Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep gnomes aren't restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home. I found it around the neck of a thug in the lower city. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully, I'll pick up his trail from there. I always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
You know, telling me that ignorance is alive and well after immediately assuming I was evil based on the race I'm disguised as is...
Let's see what this does.
It's bold. It's bold for Barkus to do that. I'll say that. Now, I never even, like he said, take from my pack if you can find it, and I would come down here. I'd loot the chest. I'd loot this backpack. I'd loot everything in here, and I'd leave. And then I'd always be like, where is Barkus's? I'm actually gonna put those. Where is Barkus's pack at? You know, I could never. It never made sense to me. And then I was playing the game with some friends, and one of them, he told me, when we were down here, he was like, yeah, that heavy pack is Barkus's backpack, isn't it? Because he said that it was... What the he said that it was too heavy, and that's why he got caught. And I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. I had never even considered that as a possibility. But that makes so much sense.
Right tool will do the trick.
So yeah, that's a fun fact for you. If you didn't know that, everyone else probably knew that. I'm probably just a little dumb.
You sniffing where you ain't ought to be, friend. Might have to take that nose.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
You keen on dying? Happy to help. I won't predict inspiration. Won't be that useful.
All you best take is this warning, yeah? Step lightly around here. You're outnumbered.
Alright. Well, let's just try to lockpick this again now. This chest, one of my friends told me, this chest ate like 5 out of his like 7 thieves tools he had. And I was like, wow, this one chest. Inside is the haste helm. And at the start of combat, the wearer gains momentum for 3 turns. That would be most useful for Karlak. Just so she can get into range much quicker. That helmet, whoops, not what I meant to grab. This helmet looks a lot better than the others, but I still prefer Karlak. I still prefer it hidden, I should say. It just looks nicer hidden. Now I wonder if we still get into this ambush because that guy talked to us, or if we don't now. Oh, yeah, I guess not. Let's go ahead and go and lockpick this. Get this open. And we have some business in here, of course. This one Thieves' Tools has been kind of carrying us right now. I'm fine with that. Now, this is one of the many ways you can progress to the Underdark by knocking down this wall. Speaking of which, since I plan on long resting very soon,
You have my attention.
we're gonna go ahead and... Now we have to actually discover it first.
May it please, Mistra.
What's that over there?
Just knock this down for the future. This wall is pretty much immune to most damage, and doesn't have sturdy at least, but just because I'm not going to be getting into any fights before going back. We'll knock it down now, so that way in the future we won't have to worry about it.
Nothing hurts anymore.
And we won't have to waste any spell
traps,
slots.
please.
Right. Totally forgot about that. Said no traps, please. Immediately got exploded. Didn't even matter a little bit. Let's go ahead and read these blueprints. Precise arcs and neatly drawn lines form the blueprints of 3 weapons, a greatsword, a sickle, and a dagger. Each length and angle is marked with exact measurements, and forging instructions are printed carefully along the bottom of the page, emphasizing an unusual ingredient, Sussurbark. The Sussurbark can only be applied to an ordinary unmodified blade. Greatsword, a sickle, or a dagger.
Weapon blueprints. They call for
Oh,
Sousa
yeah.
bark.
Um,
If only I
failed
knew
that
where to
trick.
find some.
Well, I do, so it's okay. It's okay, Tab. You don't have to worry about it.
Can't give up now.
Let's go ahead and step back. And that is why the jump spell is very, very
Come on, open up.
useful. Cast guidance, 7 to 10. Perfect. We didn't even need any bonuses. And we can get this chest open. We can get the Steelforged sword, which is a nice +1
That's what
dagger.
my engine's made of. Hang on to that.
Then we'll read this note real quick. Specimen metal, hardness 9.5. Very hard. Keep that to yourself, buddy. Melting point unknown. Color, silver. Markings, red lacerations. Flecked with yellow dust. And source, Underdark ? Notes. Gift from Redacted. Faintly sulfuric odor. Forging unsuccessful. Will not melt or warp at standard temperature. Now, if you've played this game a lot, you probably know this. You might have noticed it at some point. I'm just going to jump down and take the damage. You might have noticed at some point. You might not have.
On my way.
The smell of sulfur in the Forgotten Realms is an indication of a devil or something from the 9 hells being present. Sulfur is generally, in most Forgotten Realms media, sulfur is what is used to discern a devil's smell or the smell of something from the 9 hells. So that's an interesting fact for you. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to loot these bodies, and then we're going to fast travel back to the Emerald Grove. We don't really need this, but I'll go ahead and pick it up.
Dead goblins. Dead travelers.
Now, that Steelforged sword is valuable to sell. I am encumbered, so let's go ahead and offload some stuff onto Karlach. I normally sell this, but this can be nice to have because it will hit very frequently. So you can, even though it deals 1 less maximum damage than my rapier, it does 1 more minimum damage and will hit more often. So that's generally, for characters that are dexterity based, I generally believe having that extra hit chance is a bit more valuable, just because hitting more often is better than hitting less often, even if hitting less often you're going to do more damage. That's at least my opinion. Now, Karlach is unfortunately built a little poorly, and as you can see, normally as a barbarian, when you equip armor, your AC doesn't really go up too much. This, it's kind of generally just better to equip medium armor onto Karlach, because her AC goes up by a lot more. And it's actually very good to equip armor on Karlach. Usually not the case with barbarians, or at least it usually isn't going to be how you build your barbarian. But that's just unfortunately how our stats are built. We're going to go ahead and break our disguise. Fast travel back to the Emerald Grove. And then we're going to go ahead and do our first long rest of the playthrough. We're about 50 minutes in. So we'll see how much of the Emerald Grove we get through today. We might not do as much exploring outside of it as I would hope. I'm on a bit of a time crunch because it is very late at night. Well, I don't have to get up at any time specifically in the morning. I would like to go to sleep. Now we are going to step inside the grove before I long rest.
Everything.
Simply because I don't want to have to sit through this long animation. So now we're going to go ahead and go to camp. Actually, I think we're going to wait to camp, truthfully. Because we don't even really need to camp yet, since we're not really going to be doing any fighting. So we're going to go ahead and head in and just kind of, do some stuff. Do some stuff around town, you could say. Put that there. We're going to start, of course, the very boring trading sessions.
Need anything
I
else?
will be right back after I'm done trading. Alright, we're back after just doing some quick selling and buying. We didn't buy anything crazy, just we're stocking up on a lot of potions. We've got about 25 healing potions, 26 if you count the greater, 27 because I forgot Carlac had one. So we've got like 27 healing potions just for the journeys ahead. As you can see, we kind of need... Healing potions are very powerful in this game. And generally, you don't really need a dedicated healing character because you can do a bit more with healing potions. Now, I'm going to be respecking... Oh, the only really important things I bought were I bought the Scroll of Bone Chill and the Scroll of Featherfall, and you'll see why. I'm not going to be using any of these scrolls on Gale, because I am going to be respecking Gale, Karlach, and Lae'zel. I may or may not let Karlach off the team, and instead bring Shadowheart along, but we'll see what I feel like. We'll probably discuss that at the start of next episode. We'll see. Let's go ahead and talk to these three real quick.
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin!
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blades and spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay! These people aren't fighters. We can help!
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
Let's take that tiefling option. Have you forgotten Elturel? We should stand by our people. No one else will.
This isn't El Terrell, and I'm not responsible for every damn tiefling in the world!
Just be responsible for yourself then. We have to stay. It's the right thing to do.
Zerg! Fine. We'll stay. If we survive, it'll make for a good story, I suppose.
Thank you, Roland.
Let's go ahead and, of course, go and inspire the children here.
Next time the goblins come, I'll
I'm
be
sure
ready.
I'm sure you will, Ed. Ashrek.
I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two.
You're all gonna die. No. Be strong and watch over your kin. And trust there is victory.
Thanks. I prefer when they smile.
And we'll let Lae'zel take this one.
Craze blood.
Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not... Ah! Sorry. I've never seen your faces. Well, I should get back to it.
Could show you a thing or two, if you're a willing pupil.
Well, I'm in no position to turn down help. I need to be ready for a fight, but I'm useless with a sword.
Inspire fear with a war cry. War cry? Sorry. Inspire fear with a war cry. Loosen bows before you spill them. Harath Ajak, I assume is how that's said. Or Harath Ajak? I don't know. I don't speak Githyanki. So.
Haratha Jack? And swing! Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
Strike means nothing. Keep trading and you may not embarrass yourself in battle.
I'll suffer embarrassment so long as I survive. I just hope the druids won't make that harder than it is already. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
Lee, one last thing. Don't shout out your moves like that. Spoils the surprise for your foe.
Oh, yes. When the time comes, it'll be nothing but battle cries from me.
And then he gives us a battle axe, I believe. That's for
Never
a
dull
very
when
easy and
it
free inspiration.
should mind my step. Very well.
By Mordai's eyes. Another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Show some sympathy, Lae'zel. He's terrified.
Has the tadpole ravaged your senses? Sympathy will not lead us to purity.
Fine, do as you must, but make it quick, as you're already quite ravaged.
Bow.
That's a good one.
Lower.
Wait for the tiefling to obey.
You saw another Gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly. Straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry. The map. Show me. Up. You can keep your innards. Your kind proves compliant. A useful trait.
Tieflings aren't compliant for survivors.
Cockroaches are survivors. Yet I do not congratulate them. The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
We are tieflings with an F.
I am unfamiliar with it. Well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this Fey run.
No, it's Faerun. What do you mean, purification?
The Kresh holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
Right. Go ahead and, we'll make a very quick pit stop.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Your mind wanders. If the crossbow bolt shot through her mouth, would she taste the metal before she died?
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
I kinda like option 4, honestly. Stand back and admire the guard's overflowing hate.
Doesn't even matter if you kill me. I'm chosen by the absolute I am. I'm blessed. Here it comes, you little beast.
Doesn't really matter that she died. We can go ahead and wrest some answers out of her. Anyways, if we can get... There we go. Oh, don't know how that worked.
The corpse
Nice,
regards
Ozzy.
you lifelessly.
Who or what is the absolute?
Everything. All of us.
How did they capture you?
Scouting. Snooping. Tieflings. Don't fight. Fair.
It's rich coming from a goblin, but alright. Who leads your tribe?
Boss Ragzlin. And the Drow.
Can anyone in your tribe heal?
Priestess Gut. Powerful.
Where can I find this priestess gut?
West. Temple ruins.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Alright, well, that was, exciting. I don't actually, there might be, like, one playthrough I've let Saza die. I don't often let Saza die. It's not because I really particularly care about her life, just because I think it's interesting to, you know, talk to her. She's an interesting
Thought I sensed an inferno
goblin.
around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest. But don't get too close, or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help. But I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Ernest. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please.
Hey, soldier. I think we picked up some of that infernal iron already. What say you? Should I give it to him?
Absolutely, let's see what we can do.
Please let this work.
The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. Give me just a moment. And I think... There. You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat.
That feels... good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less... changeable. Cheers, mate.
Pleasure. And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now, but I'm not giving up. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if we had some kind of enchanted coolant. Find me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then. Take care, Karlak. And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way,
Alright, thank you, Damon. Or Damon.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
We're gonna go ahead and do a little bit more trading. I'll be right back again. Alright, I bought a shield for Gale and a new +1 javelin for Lae'zel to increase her damage a little bit. Let's go ahead and talk to Karlak now.
I miss my forge.
Damon's upgrade didn't cool me down, but it did
Damn.
juice me up. I don't think I've ever felt more powerful.
Let's find some evil for you to smack then.
Bring it on.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and walk up this way.
Let's see.
We got some business in here. Because down here we should find Zevlud.
No, sir. But if there's a clear path past those goblins, they'll find it.
Yes, of course.
I need a quick word.
Ah, you. Thank you. You stopped us from making a bad situation much worse.
I'm Tav.
Well met. Though I should warn you, visitors are no longer welcome in this grove. Whatever your business here, I'd see to it quickly. The druids are forcing everyone out. This latest attack will only strengthen their resolve.
Why are they forcing you out?
There have been several attacks by different monsters. The druids blame us outsiders for drawing them here. Nobody's welcome anymore. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters.
I'm looking for a healer.
You're wounded? The druid Halsin's a renowned healer, but he didn't make it back from Aradin's expedition. If it's not too serious, you could try his apprentice Nettie. She's with the other druids in the inner grove. They've withdrawn there to prepare this damn ritual of theirs.
This ritual, is there no way to convince the druids to stop it?
I've tried. Korga, their new first druid, won't see me. You, though. I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her. For more time to prepare, if nothing else.
My head... I want to try and help. I'll do what I can.
I think you should. Yes. No harm in trying the diplomatic route.
We'd owe you a great debt. If we're forced to leave now, more of my people will die. You'll find the druids at the heart of the grove. Please, make them see sense.
All right.
Commander.
Just Zevlor, Tilly. We're civilians
go ahead and-
now, remember?
With respect, sir, being a Hellrider is...
Let's go ahead and talk to the druids, man. Oh, it's just Sora. I was like, what
Too
is he?
late! Looking at you is painful enough!
Oh, we'll do this. We'll do this real quick. You should chase Melly up here. And we can have this, oh, we've kind of ruined the scene.
Give it back, kid.
We're gonna go ahead and...
Only gonna ask you one more time, boy. Hand over my locket.
I don't have your ugly locket. I've never seen it before.
Hand it over or I'll slap the teeth out of your head.
What's the right option here? I'm trying to think. I know of a route you can do this conversation where the kid will say something that actually won't have to convince him to let the kid keep the locket. The kid will say something that will make him go, oh, the kid needs the locket more than I do. I'm trying to think what that route is. I'm gonna say, you better do what he says, boy.
I said I don't have it. Maybe he dropped it running away from those big, scary goblins.
You little split-tongued freak!
Just give it back, boy. You're better than this. Guidance. I want to use friends on the child. There we go.
Fine. It's just tin and glass anyway. Here,
Oh, well.
take it. Not sure why you care so much about it, honestly.
Scram! Before I give you something to care about! Kid's lucky you were here.
Not quite the route I wanted to go down, but there's a route you can go down where the kid says something, and then he's like, okay, kid, you can keep the locket. You need it a bit more than me. Now, the racist part, we can do without the racism, but to be as fair as possible, that is a locket his mother gave him. And so that is why he's very angry about the kid stealing it. So I get the anger, but let's tone down the racism. We all failed that insight check. I guess we don't, doesn't matter. We'll worry about the kid stuff another time, but we'll talk to Mattis. We're already here.
Hold out your hand, lady. Let me show you something. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky.
Let's go and take the ring.
Heads or tails?
Well, we'll do tails.
Tails it is! See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap, too. Interested?
Hold on, one coin toss doesn't prove anything.
Okay, fair. Let's go again. Heads or tails? Call it.
Tails.
Tails it is! There. Happy?
I'm indeed. I've got a free
Hey,
ring.
hold on, you gotta pay for that.
Here, you can have it back. Now, what do you have for
got
sale?
it. One sec.
You're getting paid
That's
an
what I got.
experience would be insane to say. I'm not gonna... Oh. No, I'm not gonna buy anything. I don't have anything to sell either. Yeah, so we'll just...
Nothing caught your eye, huh?
It's nothing but junk.
Not sure what you expected. I'm a kid living in the back of a cave. Anyway, see you again sometime. Take care. Safe travels.
Mouse does have a good point.
You spot the boy giving a sly wink as he turns away.
Am I gonna have the... I guess not.
Please, let us through.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Alright, well, that didn't quite go how they expected.
We need to get Arabella out, now!
You heard the guards. They're waiting on Korga to give word.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake! Ugh!
You need to be careful. That bear would have torn you to shreds.
I don't give a rag about me. It's my daughter I'm worried about.
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it. They need it for their precious ritual.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the wretched thing would just disappear, or better yet, explode.
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us. That's not right.
She was caught. Foolish child. Let them judge her.
Jeez, Elisa. She's just a child. The druids are overreacting. I'll talk to them.
Thank you. They won't give us the time of day.
Hurry! I'm at the end of my tether as is. Can't take this waiting.
Go and talk to them, of course. The little ball wave.
Give her a chance. You, step back. Go join the other tieflings.
If it weren't for me, you'd be overrun by goblins by now. I'll go where I please.
Keep back. Force my hand and I'll show you its claws.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh. I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Before we go and talk to Koga, we've of course got to say hello to Volu.
Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Volo is, of course, one of the best characters in the Forgotten Realms. Um, for those that don't, for those who've only played Baldur's Gate 3, I don't really know the context of who Volo is as a character. Volo is an immortal wizard, much like Elminster, another character you meet in this game. But unlike Elminster, Volo doesn't actually really know how powerful he is. And I'm tired and I don't have the full context in my brain right now, so I'm not gonna say for certain why that is, but I do know for a fact that Volo is practically immortal and has been around for a very, very, very long time and is not actually a bard. I believe he shows up as a bard in this game. He's not actually a bard. Now there, you can actually do this. This is a fun fact. And we can go ahead and just immediately pick up this ring, the Whispering Promise from him, just really quick. This ring is just really good. When you heal a creature, it gets free bless for a turn or 2 turns. So that's just really worth getting. Okay, fine. Ask your questions.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
Classic raid gang, complete with lasher and a smattering of booyags.
My, a scholar after my own heart. Spent much time among goblins?
I'd rather not say. Are we done here?
Far be it from me to pry. Now, as you were saying, Lasher, Booyag, hmm? And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
Neither. It was a gold dragon, scales glittering and wings gleaming.
A gold dragon! How marvelous. Thank heaven you were here to specify, or I might have recorded a bold-faced lie. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Bard, quite so. They sang the phrase like a battle hymn. That's 3, not 4.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
Dramatic. How has Maglubiet responded?
Oh, I'd imagine him quite displeased. Since their change in allegiance, these goblins are informed by a kind of strategy anathema to their kind. I, for one, intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm just preparing to head to their camp as we speak, in fact. If you'll excuse me, I ought not to door roll.
Be careful. Goblins aren't known for mercy.
Oh, never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, and an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket? Until we meet again.
Volo. My favorite wizard bard hybrid. That's truly what he is. Yeah, it's always a shock when I tell people that Volo isn't technically a bard. He is actually a wizard. But that's just because he has bard tendencies, we'll say.
Just a moment. This man is recording my story. I am far from home.
As the colourful man starts scribbling, the bear sneaks a quick look at the page. His brow furrows. Incomprehensible squiggles surround a crude sketch. A bear disemboweling a clutch of tieflings.
And you gotta attack Tabask again, of course.
Come on. All the druids can understand me. You can. Why can't the man with the pen? I traveled a long way.
The man nods thoughtfully and adds another dismembered limb to his sketch.
you gotta love Volo.
My grizzled
Never
friend.
learned,
What can you
never
tell me
learned
about
speak
this
with animals. Wasn't a spell in his repertoire. Um, there is a quest revolving this idol. That we might pick up. Talk to Tuffet real quick and get this open.
I'm sleeping.
I need to use the elevator.
Okay.
Thank you, Tuffet. We won't be using that just yet. We're gonna go ahead and head inside, and then go through here. And talk to Kaga and Nettie, of course. Just real quick. Get that out of the way.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil, and I will cast out the rest.
A death viper. You've milked their poison before. A single drop of it could kill that child in a heartbeat.
Prisoner? She's just a child.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike. The death of a child. A timeless tragedy that never grows old.
I've definitely heard that, that one. Now, flick your eyes to the exit so the child will try to run. Now, this is something a lot of people don't know. That is an option even if you're not playing the Dark Urge. However, you have to go through a very specific path of dialogue to get to the point where you can do that. As the Dark Urge, you can just do that right away, which is interesting. It's very interesting to say. I'm scared to pick two. I don't really want Arabella to die. I really like Arabella as a character. But we'll just see what number 2 does, you know? Your mind wants the snake to kill the child, but your heart doesn't. Snap out of it.
Her life matters more than satiating your dark fantasies. You focus, and they're gone. But clearly this child's life is in danger.
Okay. I know telling the snake to be at ease won't work. You have to be a druid, I believe, for that to work. I think you have to be a druid anyways. We're gonna go ahead and do a bard persuasion. Sylvanas was more concerned with nobly sown seeds than punishing children, was he not? And of course, let's get guidance. We won't use friends, because Kaga will turn hostile. Good thing we have all these bonuses, right? Oh, man.
The words of the Tree Father, spoken plain. It is as you say. Sifisif, Tila, to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Now, yeah, I kind of hate Kaga too. I've seen a lot of people who really, really, really hate Kaga, and I personally get where Kaga's coming from, but she takes it way too far. I mean, oh man. Oh man. But you know what? I can understand where Kaga's coming from, but fuck Markul. Nobody talks about Markul because nobody talks to him. You know what? Fuck Marikil, alright? Kaga at least kind of regrets. Like, she doesn't say it out loud, but you can very clearly see when Arabella dies, Kaga very clearly regrets it. Marikil's happy when when Arabella dies. Alright, so all my homies hate Marikil. Kaga I still hate Kaga, truthfully. Like, I don't like Kaga at all, but I get where she's coming from from a certain perspective. Marikil's just an asshole, though. But with that out of it, let's talk to Gale real quick.
That woman has more venom in her heart than a snake in its fangs. But at least the child is safe. What is youth if not a time to be forgiven for one's transgressions?
Forgiveness means nothing if she doesn't learn from her mistakes.
Come, let's cut the kid some slack, shall we? She didn't deserve this madcap spectacle as far as I'm concerned.
Look, you can't, like, unless that child did something, like, horrific, you can't kill a child, okay? That's too far, Kaga. Alright, I know, that is way too far. But, I get specifically where Kaga is coming from. I'm not gonna spoil too much, because I plan on doing it this playthrough, but...
Rat glares at you.
These rats might have something to do with it. But... I get where Kaga's coming from. Still, way too far, though.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
What would my character say? See, okay, here's the thing. This is why I get her perspective, because this is in the world of the Forgotten Realms on scale, like on the whole. Sometimes you do have to be a monster to protect your own. I get that. However, this isn't that one of those situations. As Arabella is not only a little child, she failed to steal the thing she stole, and even if she did steal it, it's not like your entire grove would be destroyed. At least from how I understand it. It's not like your whole grove would be destroyed. No, you would still be around. You just couldn't kick everybody else out. So, like, I get from Kaga's perspective. If the idol is stolen, then the grove is as good as destroyed, because she can't get rid of the people she views as destroying the grove. And I get that. However, telling a child that her two options are she's going to be imprisoned until her family is kicked out of the place that's keeping them safe, or she's going to be killed, might be a step too far in the wrong direction, Kaga, right? If you guys ever have read the Odyssey, or have listened to the epic musical, you'll know Odysseus kind of has the same problem, where at the start of the story, he's going way too far in the merciful direction, and by the end of the story, he's going way too far in the I need to be a monster direction, right? So I think Kaga is like on that second act of the Odyssey, where she's going way too far down I need to be a monster section. That's just what it seems to me. But so generally, in a world like this, I would agree with sometimes cruelty is required, but I don't think this is one of those moments where cruelty would be required. Like, I think it is way too far for Kaga to threaten to kill the child. So, I kind of want to say, honestly, I just wanted to see what would happen.
Ah, you don't see a monster. You just look at me through one's eyes. You are like all the rest. Where devils tread, chaos follows. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanus, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Zevlor believes his people will perish on the road.
And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
Yeah, whatever, okay. Then it seems I'd best speak to Zevlor.
You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Alright, let's go into Actinetti. I'm actually getting quite tired, so I think we might wrap up the rest of the grove after tomorrow or the next day after I'm done
I see you.
with Nettie here.
Just give me a moment.
I'll wait patiently.
This may be captured. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
I'm looking for Nettie.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
Healing as soon as
Come
possible.
here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
No good way of putting this. I have a tadpole bit. Wait, I actually kind of like it too more. Everything about me is sick. The dizzy spells, the memory loss, the illithid parasite.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
What other kinds are there? It's not like a frog hopped in my eye.
That's a serious condition. Come, follow me. I might be able to help.
We need to be quick. This way.
Never actually talked to
Please.
the saucy bird.
I'm resting.
Something took a chunk out of you. What happened?
The bird says nothing,
Aw.
trying to rest.
Oh well, I'll leave. I feel like I know what's gonna happen if I prod the bird's wing.
Head on in.
That was another illithid parasite.
This one
there.
had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Everyone being captured by mind flayers these days. Didn't think it was a common experience.
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halsin suspected. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
I'd like to keep an eye on things, thanks.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
Like anything that can help.
Of course. Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events?
Can merge my line with anyone else that's infected.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
On a mind flayer ship, I was kidnapped and infected.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Thought you could cure me. What about that branch of yours?
The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not?
I swear.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here.
I find it interesting
You
that
know,
Karlach disapproves.
I've spent my life treating folk, and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more.
Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
Must have learned something from studying them.
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
So you think it's only a matter of time?
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
So, go and get him?
I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. And if my birds can't get close, what chance do I have? You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
Alright, I'll find Halsin.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Right, I'm not going to use this wyvern toxin for that. I'm absolutely going to use this wyvern toxin to throw at people.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
We'll leave the parasite for later. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, to be entirely truthful. I am starting to lose some steam here, so thank you all for coming back to another episode. In the next episode, we will be wrapping up what's left in the Emerald Grove, and then we'll go ahead, after we've wrapped up what's in the Emerald Grove, we'll go ahead and go off to the Goblin Camp and begin doing stuff at the Goblin Camp. So, again, thank you all for watching this far, and if you have, if not, well, you're not hearing this, so it doesn't matter. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you all on the next episode. Have a good day, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is for you. Thank you.